Hello, hi everyone. Welcome back for another video with the stock Lighthouse. Firstly, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Welcome to the year 2019. So how was the first week? I hope that 2019 for the first week is good for you. You had a good start and looking forward for the rest of the year. Alright, firstly I want to apologize for this video. It's late by a day. I'm really so sorry about that because I was sick over the weekend. I tried my best to get up, but then I couldn't find the energy actually to do the record. So this video coming late. Alright, so without further ado, let's take a look at what's happening after the first week when 2019, moving into 2019, how the US market is performing and what are we looking forward to see in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Right? Okay, so let's take a quick look at where the chart of S&P 500 is moving. Alright, so as you can see, alright, just before Christmas, the price came down, have a strong bounce, and ended off the day, or rather ended off the year in 2018 with a pretty like a good bullish day to close off. Alright, but if you look at the whole, actually S&P 500 have been actually moving up in the whole 2018 or rather 2017, going sideways, and now has been coming down. And this is a norm for actually price movement because stock charts usually move in similar pattern. When it move uptrend, it will consolidate and then it will come down. Alright, that's pretty normal. Okay, so particularly in the last quarter and since October 2017 until now, okay, the price has moved, consolidated here, and a strong move. And this particular strong move actually what we call is actually a parabolic move. That means price has moved very strongly and very far against the moving averages. Okay, so what typically will happen is usually price in such extent it will come down, find a support level, and then bounce back up and get close back to the moving averages before it start moving in certain trend again. The only question is which trend will it move? Will it go up or will it come down? Only at that point of time then we will know. But it's based on just technical point of view, most likely it will retrace back to certain moving averages and then bounce back down. Alright, that is a likelihood purely based on TA theory examples. Alright, so the next question is, alright, where will it actually bounce off? Alright, that's a very good question. Most people would like to know where will it actually bounce off. Alright, since it has moved parabolic, most of the time where it will bounce off, usually it bounces on a certain few key levels. Alright, okay. For this chart, for today, I actually added another moving average into the line. As you can see, this pinkish purple line. Okay, you can take a look at this pinkish purple line. Basically, this is the exponential moving average based on 20 days period. Alright. Previously, I only used a simple moving average 50, 150, and 200. But for this time around, for this example, we're going to add in another EMA 20. Alright. So where price usually move? Price usually bounce off in certain level. One of the areas that actually bounce off is basically it will bounce off either on the 20, okay, on the 20 EMA, or it will bounce off on the 50 EMA. Alright, these are the two possibility areas that it will bounce off. So as you can see for now, alright, the price actually bounce back up and touches the 20 EMA. That is one possibility. It might come down, it might not. It might just go up and try to test the 50 before it comes down again. That could be one possibility. All right. Another possible area that it will bounce off is for the technical investors. You all will know this thing called Fibonacci retracement. So basically, you guys can read up about it. It just basically say that the price tend to move in certain pattern that falls within certain range. Alright, in this case for Fibonacci, it usually bounce on somewhere between, alright, the 38%, okay, 50%, or the 61.8%. Alright, so as you can see in the past few days, alright, the price had actually bounced off, right, the 38% for a couple of times. Right, it couldn't really break through. Alright, and then just on last Thursday, price actually closed a lot lower. Right, so in fact, I'm actually anticipating price to actually open and close lower on Friday. That will give me a sign that the price going to go bearish, and probably I will just enter and position. bad, but things didn't happen on that way. We actually have a market news on Friday that actually pushed the price up. Okay, so now the price has broke above, slightly just above 38, but we're still looking at where the price is still touching the 20 EMA. Alright, another line you can look at it, which is actually this brown line. You can see it where this brown line is basically is the last support level which turned resistant, okay, for the year when in early February the price had came down. Alright, it seems like now price has been touching on this and retesting this level again. Alright, so we have quite a number of levels that the price is testing. Alright, we really at this point of time not too sure where the price will really goes to. It may go up a bit more and test probably the 50, the 61.8%, or in fact going to test the 50 EMA. And one interesting thing, in fact, if it's go up, if the price really go up, there will be one key area I'm particularly looking at, which is the 61.8%. Why is that so? Because you can see on this line, 51.8% is exactly resting on this support turn resistance level when the price actually consolidated. Alright, so I'm not surprised that price came down, came back up to test this level again before it shoot back down. Alright, if it would go up, but if it doesn't go up, it may just come down from this level straight away. It will go down. But based on technical setup as of now, it's just more skewed towards on a bearish move. Of course, nothing is confirmed because it's the start of the year. Things has been moving very choppy in 2018. You know, all the market manipulators have been trying to push the price up as much as they can. But we just see how the things move as investors. It's better to anticipate what happened and act on what has happened rather than predicting what's going to happen. Yeah, so that is what I'm looking at. So at this point in time, nothing is certain because it's right at a point as not here nor there kind of thing. So I'm looking at where the price is going to move in the next few days. Alright, for this week particularly. Alright, so where exactly actually caused this move particularly, alright, for the past few days or rather last week. Alright, the first move down was actually caused by the China, or rather in Apple in US. Apple actually have make a week announcement, a forecast announcement. Alright, make a week forecast announcement, particularly because of the sales in China. So they are actually looking at probably the forecast will be weaker, and that actually caused a huge drop in the US market. That's what we see on Thursday. The whole market actually dropped. Alright, and fortunately, alright, on Friday itself, okay, Mr. Powell, the Fed chairman, actually during one of his meetings, he did mention that actually the Fed will be much more patient with where the economy is going. They're going to make the adjustments or the rates of raising the interest rate, alright, at a more moderate pace according to how the US market is performing. Alright, so they are not there to stress and continue to increase interest rate like nobody business. They're going to monitor how the market is going, and that actually create hope for the investors to think that the market is going to continue to rise, and the pressure from the raising interest rate will actually reduce or rather just balance out and evens out along the year. And that's what most of the investors are expecting. Alright, but same thing for me. I look at the technical point of view, where are all the charts movement is be. You never know, because market manipulators will just do whatever they need to do and just create a movement. So at this point of time, like I said, it's still quite uncertain. It seems like price has broke past this. Alright, I will see whether it will bounce off from here. If it bounce off, most likely it will come down. Alright, if it doesn't, alright, then the next level I will look at is 50, but I'm not so keen about at the 50% Fibonacci retracement. I'm more keen about the 61% Fibonacci retracement. Alright, okay. So if you at this point in time, if you want to take a call or long position, you may, but I will feel that it's very risky because you are right in the middle of this channel. Yeah, so if it goes against you, or it's going to be a very big move down, so you might want to have some form of portfolio management or stop loss in place just in case you got it wrong. Alright, okay. So for this week, any particular stock as I'm looking at for now, yes, particularly there are. Alright, There are still stocks that I'm looking at. Of course, I'll just be more cautious of whether should I enter the position. Alright, one of the stocks I'm looking at to buy, okay, is this stock called Dollar Tree. Okay, basically what Dollar Tree is. Alright, just let me find where's the. Alright, this is Dollar Tree. Okay, Dollar Tree basically is just like a $1 value shop kind of thing. So they are very big in US. They sell most of their stuff at $1. Alright, of course they have another subsidiary called the Family Dollar, which is actually sell things more than $1, but then they try to price their item as valuable as possible. Alright, so it's huge in US because I feel that this kind of companies that actually sell things at $1 is almost I would say that recession proof. Because the thing is, because they sell things that are daily necessity needs for most people. See, they sell like kitchenware, food, home decor, supply for pets. If you need some home appliances, that kind of thing, they do have it, and they price most of them at $1. And I think that it's recession proof because, you know, especially when recession, people are trying to save up money, try not to splurge their spending, try to reserve their income, but they still need to eat, right? So these are the time that we go to this kind of shop, the dollar value shop, to find things that are cheap, more valuable. So they always will have business, right? So I think that this kind of business is very strong. Okay, if you look at the fundamentals, okay, look at the numbers itself. Alright, the company has been growing consistently in terms of revenue. Alright, okay, operating income has been increasing. The only thing is, particularly I think for the last 3 years, price has jumped a bit. Okay, my guess is in 2016 it was a big drop. Is because particular in 2016 and 2017, okay, the whole industry in terms of retail space, particularly for supermarkets and companies like Dollar Tree, has been affected because a lot more companies going online. Alright, and Amazon have particularly stepped into their niche in the market when they actually bought over Whole Foods. So these 2 years are actually a period of time that retailers like them were having a headache whether should they actually go online to sell their product, particularly for Dollar Tree, because you know that, you know, for you to go online, you need delivery man, you need logistics, you need warehouses, and all these are costs for them. But they are only selling things at $1. Are they able to make it? So those are the time that is hard time. So I believe that these are the years that the companies are affected because consumers are actually prefer to buy things online, but yet at the same time, they are not prepared to actually move into this era yet. So I think in 2017 they made it putting most of their products online. If I'm not wrong, they actually even bought over small companies that are actually dying, okay, to incorporate their resources or rather acquire them under their arms. And then in 2018 things has been moving up. So I think that's a pretty good sign. Alright, you can see that their cash flow is still pretty healthy. Alright, they are still using positive cash flow. Alright, in terms of equity, alright, of course, it dropped quite a bit. Alright, it dropped quite a bit as compared to the initial year. So that's why I think that equity had dropped mainly. I think it's because of some merger and acquisition over these few years. Because all the smaller companies are not doing well. Big companies, there has been a clear sign that big companies are buying all the small companies. That's where actually they needed a lot of funds to actually do acquire, and that's also affected their return on equity because there's more shareholders to answer to. Right, if you are looking at the debt ratio, I think they are still pretty healthy. Alright, they are only at less than 1 for now. Less than 1. Okay, previous 2 years is more than 1. This is where I just made the assumption that actually do a lot of M&A because that's the time that they need to actually have fun to actually buy over small companies. Because before that, they actually don't need so much fun. You see their debt to equity actually less than 1. So I believe that these 2 years is mainly because of high equity to actually create the online platform, as well as actually doing acquisition of smaller companies to bring under their arm. So things have been getting more stable. I think 2018 things have more back into on pace. So the company has seemed to be profitable. Alright. So particularly in this year, so what's happened to ADSR? Sorry, DLTR. Okay. Alright. So at the start of 2018, alright, alright, the price has came down because all the trade war, because of one earning announcement, the price suddenly gap down and bounce off on this support level. So price had trend up a bit, same thing, another bad earnings announcement, price dropped down. Okay, but somehow it moved along a long-term 5-year trend line. Alright, okay, 5-year long-term trend line. Okay, so price is moving up and down pretty much sideways, but coming towards the half, I would say, yeah, towards the last quarter of 2018. All right, things has been moving pretty much upwards, but a bit more sideways. You can see that the price is gently moving upwards. All right, okay. So, but why I say that now is one possible entry that I'm looking at is because a few things. One is actually broke past. Okay, now price actually broke above this short-term trending resistance. Okay, that's one. Second thing is it has actually broke, okay, this brown color resistance line. Okay, as you can see, price came down, it bounced off this, okay, it broke this from this point, come back up, retest this resistance. All right, it came down, broke this resistance, came down again. All right, but over here it retested the resistance, and now it broke it. All right, so that's another sign to tell me that it could be a possible entry. All right, the next thing is this is the simple moving average 200 days period, SMA 200. All right, you can see that it broke past the SMA 200 above the red line. All right, it's giving me a sign that potentially this stock is going to continue uptrend. All right, of course, within this blue line channel, the 5-year channel, you can see that it's now more on the support level. It seems like the potential is going up is a lot more higher. All right, so if you are a risk taker, you can definitely enter now. Yeah, if not, maybe you want to wait for price breakout. It might be a false breakout, so there's a tendency probably you want to wait for the price to retrace back and bounce back up to confirm that this is the new support level. Alright, then there around this area will be a good point of entry to enter. Alright, of course, retracement don't always happen. It might just continue to go up all the way and never come back down until it hit another new resistance, then it bounce back out. That will be a time that is too late. You have really have missed opportunity, but we never know. Alright, so it depends on yourself. Are you a risk taker? Are you a more conservative investors? Right, so this is some of the areas, potential price point. You can look at it. Of course, other things to consider as well. All right, so this is one of the stock I'm looking at, looking to buy it. All right, you can actually buy the stock itself, or you can actually go actually get it through an option if you want to. All right, okay. So the other one that actually I'm looking at is actually this one, TSM, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing. All right. All right. Why am I looking at this is because just last Thursday, the Apple had actually announced that their upcoming or the future forecast of their production is not that high, which also translate that they don't need to make so much phone, which also translate that semiconductors that are supporting telephones like or companies like Apple, they will be affected because they will have lesser orders coming in to manufacture chips for products for them. All right, so if I look at TSM, a semiconductor, right? TSM semiconductor. If you look at it at a price point for the year before 2018, it has been bullish. When it comes 2018, after the trade war, things have been going down a bit, bounce up a bit. Okay, but the key thing is you see that it will actually, for the whole 2018, it has pretty much moving in a sideways. Okay. Oops. Yeah. So this is the resistance. You can see that it has been moving sideways. All right. Particularly, it has actually touched on this support level, this support level. All right, okay. And on Thursday, okay, when Apple actually made the announcement on the readjustment of their forecast, all right, the price dropped. Okay, except for Friday, Mr. Powell actually mentioned that they're going to make an adjustment to the interest rate accordingly. Price actually went back up a bit. But you will notice that actually price has been now enter this support level, okay, within TSM. All right, so it is an entry now. No, I would say it's not. All right, okay, so what I'm looking at is, okay, since the SMA, okay, is the SMA 50 and SMA 200 is pointing down, all right, on a bearish move. What I'm looking at is price break this support level, all right, then I will go short on it. All right, okay, this is one possibility. Of course, if price go back up, you want to actually go for to buy in position, you may, but just take note that price may actually hit the 50 MA, or maybe you hit the 200 moving average and then bounce back down again. All right, that's a possibility. All right, so but I'm more keen towards the downwards move, okay, for TSM. All right, so this we'll have to wait and see what will happen in the next few days. If it happens, then there's a possibility of entry that I'm looking at. All right, so yep, so for this week there's only these two counters I'm looking at, because as the S&P 500 as a whole is pretty uncertain. It's right stuck in the middle of nowhere now. All right, so just see how it goes. All right, okay, so I hope 2019 is going to be another exciting year for you. All right, okay, so just look at where the market is going. All right, okay, things are moving uncertain, but do remember we are still at an all-time high, although price have corrected, all right, throughout the whole history, but we are still within the last 10 years or market movement. We are still somewhere at a high. We haven't really we are still overdue for a major correction. All right, the key thing is what is really the trigger for the correction has to come. All right, if you have studied and looked back every market correction, or rather every market crashes, a bear market is always triggered by a significant event. Alright, so the key thing is what is that event for this time round. Alright, we need to look out for telltale signs or what could possibly trigger this. Alright, at this moment things are still unclear. People are still worried about the earnings and economy and growth. I don't feel that the earnings and economy and growth is always a factor that cause a bear market, because usually that are not really based on history the things that triggers it. It's always something else that triggers it, right? So just have to keep a lookout and look at what are the events or potential threat that actually triggers the thing. All right, but nonetheless, as an investor, if you know how, it depends on investing styles. Okay, if you know how to play or invest on both sides of the market, yeah, just follow wherever the market is moving and just invest accordingly. Don't be greedy. All right, if you know the market have moved in certain direction, it's okay to take maybe 60% or 70% of the profit off the table, lock in a profit, and it's okay to miss the rest of it. All right, so never be greedy. No one can actually perfect to time the high and the low of the market. All right, whatever is yours is yours. Just take whatever you can and just leave the table. Slowly build and accumulate your wealth. All right, and a long time I believe that you will achieve your own financial success. All right, so 2019 is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward for the whole new year where it is going. Of course, I'm looking to build this channel. All right, to build this channel to reach out to more people, and I hope that this channel will be actually beneficial for people who are actually watching this, like yourself. All right, so if you know any of your friends, if you know any of your relatives are actually looking to stocks and shares, any of them who are more into technicals, or in fact for fundamental, in fact for me I do both, right? Do actually forward this YouTube video or Facebook post to them, right? Just get them to actually subscribe and like our page, right? To follow us, to subscribe to our YouTube video, so that they actually get updated every week from the video. And hopefully all of us actually learns and practices things together, so that we get more knowledge. We leverage on one another's knowledge on investing, then we can actually improve ourselves. All right, and it actually makes more money off the market. All right, okay, so that's the end for this week video. Thank you for watching again. Once again, I'm so sorry for the delay for this week video, because I'm down with flu over the weekend. All right, so yeah, that's it. So invest safely, trade safely, and I will see you next week.